E. Actively foster and sustain desired student engagement. Getting students to use an OCT and then keeping up with what gets produced can be a challenge. Simply making a tool available for students doesn't mean that it will get used. Students may need some incentive to use it. For example, a purely voluntary blog is unlikely to get contributions or readers. On the other hand, some incentives may make it difficult for instructors to keep up with students' produced content. When considering an OCT, asking yourself the following questions can be helpful. First, how large is my class? And how many students will use this tool? Second, to what extent should I incentivize participation? Third, who will keep up with this tool and how carefully? Fourth, whom should I credit? Fifth, how will I optimally sequence activities to promote engagement? Then, what are the criteria for successful performance? Lastly, are there opportunities to integrate student-generated OCT content into face-to-face sessions? The following are additional online collaboration tools and applications for teaching and learning shared by Chad Hirschap, PhD, from the Center for Research on Learning and Teaching, or CRLT, University of Michigan, 2012. The first one is Blogger. Selected interesting features are post text, images, audio, video, respond to posts, private or public. Some poll applications for teaching. First is postings of course notes, materials. Then, forum for student writing and reflections or analysis. Then, space for student dialogue. The next Google app is the calendar. Selected interesting features are it can manage multiple calendars, it can subscribe to existing calendars, and lastly, smart scheduling by querying availability. Sample applications for teaching. It scheduled GSI meetings, student team meetings, then students sign up for office hour appointment, and students subscribe to supplemental events. And the docs. Selected interesting features are asynchronous or synchronous collaborative authoring or editing, then commenting or threaded discussion. Next is synchronous text chat while editing, then document sharing, version control, and organized by collections for easy search and retrieval or multiple identifying tags possible. Its some applications for teaching are collaborative authoring by students or instructors, interactive feedback on student work via comments or in margins, then easy surveys, classroom assessments, scheduling of making up, exams, etc. Collaborative concept mapping or image annotation, and lastly, collaborative collection and analysis of lab data. Next is the Google Plus Hangouts. Selected interesting features are video conferencing with multiple participants and social networking. Some applications for teaching are remote collaboration by students' teams, interaction with guest lecturers or panelists, remote office hours, lastly, workshopping student writing. Then, The moderator. Some selected interesting features are create back channels during lectures, seminars, and presentations. Audience may submit and vote on questions or ideas. And some applications for teaching collect, prioritize, and respond to student questions during a lecture in real time or during planned intervals rather than calling on hands. Then, it vote on and prioritize ideas or questions submitted by students in response to instructor prompts. Lastly, it used as a clicker system to respond to questions or answers. Next is sites. The selected interesting features of sites are collaborative website creation and it is public or private. Some applications on teaching are creation of student project websites, documentation of student work creation, of course, or curricular materials. The box. Some selected features are store, organize, and share large files. Tag and search lists. Comment on files, then create editable task list at the level of files. Some applications on teaching are students collaborate on video production projects involving many iterations. Instructors provide feedback and mentorship on group projects. Lastly, the Piazza. The selected interesting features are it is a wiki-style discussion forum to ask and answer questions. The instructor can endorse and answer, editor supports equation, tag and search post, generate report of site activity. Then some sample applications on teaching is it mechanism for crowdsourcing Q&A with students in large courses and reducing course-related email traffic.